They stun the world. They beat challenges and move mountains. They make a difference. They are kings and queens, celebrities and political leaders. But most importantly, they're also everyday folks just like you, master thinkers and movers. You can be one of them. Join the host, Maurice Nelson, and let's climb higher.
Hello. This is your friend Maurice Nelson. Welcome to our brand new show on Caribbean Rhythms Radio Network. I should say your brand new show. Master thinker and mover that you are. This show is dedicated to you. This show is put together for you. All of you wonderful people in our community who are moving mountains and doing great things. This show is for you. And by community, you know we mean the world, right? The internet has made it that way, that our communities now are actually throughout the world. There is no distance anymore. We can reach out to one another like never before. So for all of you in the world, all of you locally in Kissimmee, Orlando, Central Florida, and everyone else who's listening to us all over the world, welcome to Master Thinkers and Movers. Are you a thinker? Are you a mover? This show is for you. We want you to grow. We want you to make progress. We want you to advance, and so forth and so forth. But first, you know me. You ready to get your praise on? Let's go. Oh, yeah. Just a little Caribbean flair for your listening pleasure. As we give praise, what do you give praise for? I give praise for this new show. I give praise for this radio station. I give praise for the opportunity to be talking to you today. We are in the middle of COVID-19, something we've never seen before. And yet, here we are, right? Here we are. Alive, healthy. We thank God for the ability to be here today. How about you? What are you giving praise for? Come on. And we got to say hello to a few friends. Mr. Lewis Witter at the top of the chain. And we got to say hello to Miss Julie. How are you, Miss Julie? Long time no see. As we give praise, hello to Miss Adriana Clark, upcoming star. She's already a star. Hello, Mr. Perry. A little bit of everything, Mr. Perry. Hello. And how about the one and only Pastor Sterling Blake. Yes, the Reverend, our community pastor. Hello. And to everyone else at Caribbean Rhythms Radio Network, hello, family. Nice to be back. I give praise for you. And hello to our folks locally. Hello to Kissimmee. Hello, Orlando, St. Cloud, Point Siena, my hometown. Hello. All of you, hallelujah, give praise. Master Thinkers and Movers, a show that is put together just for you. I had you in mind when God gave me the idea. And it's wonderful. As we give praise today, we're also celebrating. I am celebrating the fact that something that began with a simple thought is now happening. And that's the groove we want you to get into. As children of God, as Caribbean folks, as American folks, as children of God all over the world. Doesn't matter who you are. I want you to know that you can become a master at anything that you put your mind to. You just have to decide to do it, and it's going to happen. That's right. It's going to happen. This show is brought to you by C&J One Stop Services, Maurice Nelson Consulting, and Samaritan Global Outreach, which you used to know as Samaritan Ministries. Same ministry, same wonderful ministry, going out there and taking care of the least among us, but a new name that allows us to do more for God. Welcome everybody, get your stuff together. We're going to go into some real important stuff now because we are master thinkers and movers. So I'm glad you got your praise on. We got to stop. Come on now. This show is going to be fun. I want you to have fun with this show. I'm your friend. Those of you who know me, you know I'm a very friendly person. I just love people. I love helping people. I love doing good. And that's the story of my life now. This is the story of my life, doing good and helping folks and staying true to who I am, what I believe in, and so forth. And so every week I want you to have fun. I want you to know that I go to work for you. I see you in the community. I see, especially in my local community, I know who the master thinkers are. I know who's moving the community. I know the people who are for real, the people who are doing it just for the sake of doing it, just because they want to inject some good into our community. We had a show here on Caribbean Rhythms Radio Network not too long ago, Good Eta, and it was a show that highlighted everything that's good in our world. And as we move forward, we're going to have a little section here on Good Eta, because I believe in the whole idea of just doing good and highlighting good and lifting up everything that's good. We know the bad is there and we have to pay attention to it. We have to keep an eye on it. But how about we give a little bit more thought to what's good? And so Master Thinkers and Movers is a show that's going to bring you a lot of great information. Today we're just doing an introduction for you to let you know what it's going to be about, where we're going to be coming from. And I'm not even going to say hopefully, because I know for a fact that you are going to enjoy this show and you're going to learn from it. And together we're going to move along. We're going to become better members of our communities. We're going to be able to do more. We're going to be able to excel in that ministry, in that job, in that new business, whatever it is, as we think more and as we plan to do more. So stay right here. Stay right here. Don't go anywhere. We are going to be right back. Peace of mind, that's what you deserve. And that's why you need to call C&J One Stop Services, Maurice Nelson Consulting, for your income tax, immigration, credit repair, and a wide range of other professional services. We also specialize in writing and editing, so don't sweat over that speech or make costly mistakes in your promotional material. No, call us 321-804-8044. We're located in beautiful downtown Orlando. The number again, 321-804-8044. C&J One Stop Services, Maurice Nelson Consulting. You get our best every time. Welcome back. The show is Master Thinkers and Movers, and this is your host Maurice Nelson. Yes, we took a little break to let you know about our business, C&J One Stop Services, and also Maurice Nelson Consulting. We are two businesses under one roof serving the Central Florida community. So for now, give us a call at 321-804-8044 for all your special needs. Now, let's go back to Master Thinkers and Movers. Our first show, this is the introduction, and what we want to do today is, stay with some basics, okay? If you look all around, if you're somebody who's into motivation and, you love to get some good words, from the people out there whose job is to motivate us, you're going to see that there's a lot that is being said or that has always been said on your thoughts, on thinking, and how important that is. So in order for us to really understand the whole concept of this show in Master Thinkers and Movers, in order for us to become masters at anything that we're going to be talking about on this platform, we got to go back to basics. And going back to basics brings me actually to a verse in the Bible. It's from Proverbs 23, verse 7. And it says, "For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee." What the Bible is saying here basically is for you to be careful with people that invite you over and say, hey, let's have dinner, and you sit down and you eat and drink, and they're all teeth smiling at you, but really in their heart they're not with you. They're really thinking about the cost of the food. They're really thinking about how great a disservice you're doing them by eating up their food. But they're telling you, sit down, eat, be happy. The Bible is warning you against such people, to not really put all our heart into it, because their heart is not in it. And so as they think, whatever is in their heart, that's their true nature, not what they are showing you on the exterior. So now you can take this and apply it in so many other, areas of your life, other circumstances, and it would still hold true. So as he thinketh in his heart, so is he. Proverbs is just giving us some good advice on how to relate to people, on how to really be good at discerning, who's really in your corner and who is not, and to figure out, when somebody tells you something, well, is it the absolute truth? Is it the truth at all? Or is it something they're just saying? Would they rather you not be there actually than what they're actually showing you? So we have an author from many years back, James Allen. I'm hoping some of you might have heard about him. And he wrote a book, and I believe he got the quote from the Bible. The title of the book is As a Man Thinketh. And if you have not picked up this book, especially millennials and those of you who are up and coming, please pick up this book, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. It will open up your eyes to so much. It will save you so much headache and just so many of the pitfalls that we ourselves, who are a little bit older, have fallen into. Because it's going to help you to redirect your thinking and to apply certain principles to your life, to become, to get to know yourself better, and to avoid making a lot of the mistakes that a lot of us have made. So one of the quotes from this book is, listen carefully. It says, "A man's mind may be likened to a garden, which may be intelligently cultivated or allowed to run wild. But whether cultivated or neglected, it must and will bring forth. If no useful seeds are put into it, then an abundance of useless weed seeds will fall therein and will continue to produce their kind." Ooh, let's look at this. Let's dissect this a little bit. James Allen says, a man's mind, your mind, my mind, is like a garden. We can think of it as a garden. And this is a garden that we may, with some good intelligence, take care of, cultivate it, water it, go in there and prune it and put in fertilizer or whatever. Or we can allow it to just run wild. We can allow the weeds to come in and so forth. But this is what's important. Whether we take care of it and do all the great things that we know, to do to keep a garden in great shape, whether we do that or we neglect it, rest assured that it will bring forth. Rest assured there is something that is going to happen. Rest assured that it'll bring something back to you. It's going to give you something to reap. It will produce. Okay? Now, if nothing useful, if you didn't put in any good seeds, if you didn't plant in there, some good orange seeds or whatever, okay? Then an abundance of useless weed seeds, then you will get a whole lot of weeds that are going to fall in there, and they'll continue to produce their kind. That is your mind. So as a man thinketh, this is what the Bible was talking about, and this is what this guy is talking about, that what you're thinking, what you are cultivating in your mind, what you are putting in your mind, what you are allowing to enter in your mind and take residence in your mind, what you are allowing to come into your mind and just kind of live there and take control. Guess what? That is what is going to produce. That is what is going to bear fruit. And that fruit you may not necessarily like. That fruit you're not going to enjoy if it's not good things that you're putting in there. So if you're cultivating your garden and you're putting great things, rich things into it, and you're taking care of it, you're pruning, you're watering, and so forth, then guess what? You're going to get the desired fruits that are going to not only help you, but help your friends, bless your community, etc., and so forth and so forth. By the same token, if you're putting no good seeds in there, the weeds are going to take over. And this is what I like about this quote. Watch. It didn't say if you actively plant those weeds, right? It didn't say that. It says if no useful seeds are put into it, action verb, right? Describing something that you're actively doing. If you don't do that, then an abundance of useless weed seeds will fall therein. So it's not necessarily you that are going to be dropping those weed seeds in there, but they are just going to automatically fall in there. And guess what? It doesn't matter how great a garden you have. One of the greatest tasks that you have as a gardener is forever going out there and taking out the weeds, pulling out the weeds. Are you planting the weeds in there? No. They just show up from wherever. You see what I mean? And they will continue to produce their kind. So what is your job as far as a gardener is to go in there and make sure you get rid of all of those seeds, of all of those weeds, so that the good seeds may thrive and bring you the good things. So what does that mean? What does that mean for your thoughts, my thoughts? It means, just like the garden, that we ought to think about things that are great, about things that are going to benefit us, about things that are going to produce what we want to see in our lives 2, 3, 5, 20, 30 years from now. It means that if we don't do that, it means that if we don't put active work in our thinking, if we don't actively redirect our minds are going to become the product of what is just out there, of what we passively engage in. What are we passively engaging in? What are we just watching and we're thinking it's not having any effect? What television programs are we just engaged in? We're spending hours on Facebook and it's becoming passive. We're not doing anything. As we do those things, those seeds, those weed seeds are being planted in our minds. Who are you friends with? Who are you listening to all day, all night? Weed seeds are going in. And so you have to make an effort to decide what is good, what is not good, to cultivate in your mind. And what is in your mind now becomes your thoughts. And you guys all know that thoughts, sooner or later, become action. You can't be thinking about something for a long time and not actually have it become something that you can touch, something tangible, something concrete, something that is just manifested. And so you got to think about what you want out of life. Think about what you need your life to do, where you need your life to go. As a man thinketh, so is he. So if you're thinking great things, guess what? You will be great. If you're thinking horrible things, if that's the majority of your thoughts, then you're going to go in that direction. Take a look at your life today, as I do also, as I'm taking a look at my life today. You can make a list of the things that you like about where you are today and the things that you don't like, right? Now, I have to tell you that, of course, there are some things that are beyond our control. There are some things that happened on the exterior, right? They're outliers. They're things that are thrown our way that we don't have any control over. We didn't call them to our lives. They just showed up. But there is a minimum amount of effort that is required, at least for our thinking to go into the direction that we want it to go. And when we do that, we are going to develop a mindset, and we're going to look into that next. We're going to develop a mindset that is going to be a growth mindset. And that growth mindset is going to enable us to do greater things in our world, in our society, in our communities, in our churches, in our homes, in our lives, in our personal lives, and in the lives of our families. We're going to be able to do greater things. So, master thinkers and movers. We're just on the thinking today, just an introduction, because once we master the thinking, then we've got to move. If you think and all you do is sit there, then you haven't done anything to really benefit anybody else. A lot of great minds go down into the grave not having accomplished anything. Master thinkers and movers, put on your seatbelt. It's going to be a great program. Tell your friends about it, and get ready. Every week on Caribbean Rhythms Radio Network, we're going to bring you this show. I hope you will decide to embark on this journey with us. Stay tuned. Samaritan Global Outreach, formerly Samaritan Ministries Incorporated, is a 501c3 nonprofit organization established just to do good. Our mission is to educate, motivate, and empower individuals to achieve their highest potential, to reach for higher standards of life. We focus on everyone who's in need, but most especially on women, children, the elderly. And we are very active on the missionary field, bringing food, clothing, everything else to people who are in dire need. We function in the United States as well as other countries. And of course, at the very foundation of our organization is the gospel of Jesus Christ that we share with everyone that we come in contact with. If you're interested and would like to become part of this wonderful organization, you can call us at 321-804-8044. That's 321-804-8044. Samaritan Global Outreach. Let's never grow tired of doing good. Thank you for your support. You are listening to Master Thinkers and Movers on Caribbean Rhythms Radio Network with your host, Maurice Nelson. And folks, we are just starting. This is the very first show, the very first episode, and we are asking you, those of you who are interested in our nonprofit organization, Samaritan Global Outreach, to check us out on YouTube. You can check us out under the name Samaritan, and there is content there both in actually in 3 languages, French, English, and Creole. So you can pick what you understand and have a go at it. I know you will be blessed. And while you're there, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. And of course, leave us a couple of messages. Let us know what you'd like to see more of. Well, today we are having our very first show, Master Thinkers and Movers. And we are concentrating on thinking, the very first part of it, and asking you to make sure that what you are cultivating in your mind, that your thoughts are things that are sane and pure and good, that are going to serve you in the future, that are going to bring you the harvest that you so desire, that are going to make your life the very thing that you want it to be in the future. We talked about 2 mindsets that you can develop, and this is coming from a book. I'm big on books, so I'm going to be recommending you lots of books to read. And we know what they say: if you don't read, you know the rest of it. So this is a book by Carol S. Dweck, that's D-W-E-K, and it's called Mindset, the New Psychology of Success. If you want to be successful in life, these are the books that you need to read. These are the things that you need to spend your time and energy on. These are the things that you need to be cultivating. These are the things that you need to be putting in your mind so you can have thoughts that are elevated and thoughts that go a long way. So in this book, she talks about two different mindsets. You talk about a fixed mindset, and she talks about a growth mindset. We're not going to have time to get into them today. That will be the subject for our next show right here on Caribbean Rhythms Radio Network. But I'm telling you, it's going to be interesting. As you can see, it's going to bring you a lot of satisfaction, and it's going to help you develop your thoughts into the patterns that you are going to want. And not only that, you're going to develop the great thought patterns, and at the same time you're going to be able to master your thoughts. You're going to be able to command yourself to think a certain way. You're going to be able to command yourself to not waste your time and energy in things that are not going to help you, or in thinking that is just not doing you any great service. And then once you've done that, you're going to learn how to take those thoughts and bring them into action. And we start the moving part. So we've got a lot of work to do on this show. I am excited to be embarking on this journey, and I hope you are also. And also in the weeks to come, we will bring you some great interviews with some major master thinkers and movers right here in our community, locally, and also, around the world. We'll talk about some great ones who have left us, their contribution to society, and so forth. So this is a wonderful show that I know is going to bring you a lot of great information. It's going to also introduce you to some wonderful people that you maybe never heard of. In the introduction, if you listen carefully, you'll hear that these great master thinkers and movers are celebrities, they're presidents and queens and so forth. But guess what? They are also normal, everyday people like you and me. And if you know me, you know this is what I'm about. Highlighting the strength and power and resilience of regular, everyday folks who just do what they need to do to raise their families and be there for their churches and their communities and so forth. So we're going to bring you some great folks who are doing great things in our community. And remember, this show is for you. It's not Maurice's show. It's not Lewis's show, on this great network, but it is your show. It's something that we hope you will ask your children and your friends and so forth to listen to. And we will have a great time doing it every single week right here on Caribbean Rhythms Radio Network. It was awesome spending some time with you today. It was actually wonderful. I had missed that, and I'm glad we're back. So tune in every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. as it is now. We may have no time for you, but tune in every week for Master Thinkers and Movers right here on Caribbean Rhythms Radio Network. Have a wonderful week. This is Maurice Nelson signing off. Let's climb higher.